Good morning. Welcome to day 12 of eating/playing Flesh and Blood every single day until Worlds. Now, today's video, I don't know when is going to go up live because today is the day where I'm going to be essentially travelling to London Gatwick to get our flight to Switzerland tomorrow morning. Our coach leaves at around about 9 o'clock in the evening from Swindon, and then it goes on to Gatwick, getting into Gatwick at about 1:45 in the morning, and then our flight is at 7 a.m. in the morning. So if we have Wi-Fi in the airport, we might be able to upload this video that you're seeing now later on tonight, which will be obviously early morning UK time, but sort of mid-afternoon, evening for US viewers. But the upload schedule is probably going to take a little bit of a hit over the next few days until we get settled in Switzerland itself. Obviously, we're staying with Pascal, who does have internet, so we can sort of use that as a hub to upload some stuff. Yeah, it should be fun. But today's video isn't really going to be very interesting. We're not going to be able to fit in a game of Fab today either. We're pretty much all packed for Switzerland. We just need to go to town to get some toiletries. So we're just taking a rucksack and a little bag, and we're actually picking up a laptop sleeve because I don't want to take my laptop bag with me. It takes up too much room in my other bag, so I'm going to buy a laptop sleeve for my laptop. So I've just got a little bit extra room in my bag, and pick up some toiletries as well, some carry-on toiletries, 100ml travel bottles and stuff. And that's pretty much it, really. Food tonight, we are going to have an absolute joint of meat. So we are going to... Actually, to be fair, we might be able to upload this video before we actually start travelling, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But we are going to have a massive joint of meat. We are going to absolutely load up on meat before we go, because we're not going to be eating much at all until when we get to Zurich the following day, I don't think. So, going to get a massive joint of meat, cook that, eat that, and then just pick up a few packets of like beef jerky and stuff to have on the journey. But yeah, looking forward to it. Should be good. But yeah, we're going to head into town now and just pick up a few last bits before we chill out, cook a joint of meat, eat it, and then wait around for the coach, really. So, and once again, thank you very much to all the patrons of the channel. It all means a lot to me, yeah, it's really sort of given me that fuel and that drive to continue to do these daily upload videos. But I'm really excited as to what footage we can capture over the next few days while we're away. Yeah, definitely stay tuned. It's going to be a fun time. Thanks to all the patrons. Thanks to Tobias, who's sponsoring the channel up until the start of the year. You can go and check out Tobias's stuff on the link in the description box below. And if you use the affiliate code GAG for alts, you'll get some money off. Make sure you pick up those tokens. There's some sick ones on there. But yeah, if you ever feel like supporting the channel directly, check out the Patreon. That'd be great. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you soon. Let's get on with the day. Bus wankers today. So I've managed to grab some bits already. Luckily Misha's got some shampoo I can use, so I'm going to be using that, but pretty much picked all the stuff up. Now I need to get some meat for the absolute journey. I think that'll do, to be honest. What is that? Lovely old job. I think that'll do, to be honest. Just need to find a couple of packets of biltong, but I don't know where you would find it. So I don't know where it's going to be. Normally it's hung up on the shelves, but fuck knows where I'm going to find it in here, to be honest. Yeah, it's like this. It's like hung up like this, just on random shelves, but it's not on here. It's a very niche thing to find in a British supermarket, is biltong. You'd think it's in the crisps aisle, but I don't think it is. I've looked already and it's not in the crisps. It's not on the cereal aisle. Normally it's hung up, but I just can't see it anywhere at all. Is it down here? No, it's just a sweets. It's not going to be down there. It's not going to be in the pet food aisle, is it? To be honest, I have fucking no idea where it's going to be. Got protein and shit, but I'm not allowed any of that. Chewing gum with caffeine, no thanks. I can't find it at all. I'm going to have to look in B&M bargains for it. So normally B&M bargains is like absolute junk food central. A place where I would have loved to shop back in the day when I wasn't doing this, but I'm not sure whether they're going to have biltong or not. We will see. I mean, this is probably the best we're going to get. Pepperamis and pepperami jerky. That's probably all we're going to get. We could get pork scratchings. I'm not sure whether they have any here though. That's probably the best we're going to get, to be honest. We're just going to have to go with that. Oh, there's pork scratchings there. It's the ingredients though you have to look out for. You've got flavour enhancer and fucking oil and shit in there, so nah. Not having that. Best thing we're going to be able to get is this. Let's get a couple of packs of those and we're pretty much done. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's great if you want junk food, B&M bargains, but not if you're really looking for meat snacks, to be honest. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the adventure for today. Apart from that, there's not much going on. We might be able to actually get a Flesh and Blood game in today. In fact, we probably will be able to. And then we can do the more vlogging from when we're actually travelling to Zurich and Zurich throughout the day tomorrow, perhaps. Stay tuned. Okay, so we are going to be able to do a Talishar game, but with no face cam, because my face cam is basically packed away for the holiday. Because I'm going to need it for Living Legends podcast, which we're going to be filming while in Switzerland, so I'm going to be able to dial into that conversation. So no face cam for this game, but still going to be able to play a game of Flesh and Blood and upload it on today's video, which not really that interesting. It's just me sort of seeking my travel supplies from the shops. But yeah, we're playing against Dromai, so that means we have to add in the battering bolts and the CNCs, probably some sigils, and then some sleep darts as well. I think we add in the Lacewith as well. Let's run with a 64 card deck against this. We will also run the Snappies, of course, and the rest of the equipment. So good luck, have fun. Let's see how this goes, baby. See how it goes. Let's go. Playing against Shaman. The absolute Shaman, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, who's going first? It is Dromai, I believe. We do have a popper in hand straight away. We do have a popper in hand straight away, so that's probably not going to be useful to us right now. But they are going to get 2 action points right from the off and get 2 Ash. Interesting. And then Arsenal pass, by the looks of it. Interesting use of time skippers. Never seen that tech before. I don't have a clue what they just did. Right. Okay. Oh, they pitched 3 into time skippers to get 3 Ash. I see. Okay. That's an interesting play. We could go for the Dominate here. They only have 2 block on board, and obviously they have an Arsenal this turn. So I think we probably could go for the Spire Sniping, pitching the Deadeye, and then drawing off of the Death Dealer, of course. See what we get. We get a Ravenous Rabble, then we got a Red in the Ledger and Ravenous Rabble on top. So we are going to put the Red in the Ledger on the top of the deck. We are going to Rabble for 4, and then we can read the Glide Path and then Red in the Ledger for 9. For 8 off the top dominated, which I think is pretty good, and we can keep the CNC
We can keep the CNC in Arsenal, I guess. I mean, it's not where we want to see it, but obviously there's no dragons to pop right now, so I guess we just put it in our arsenal. And if we get warmongered, we can still play it out of our arsenal, which is a high-value attack anyway. So I guess that's not too bad. But the Spire Sniping putting in some nice work here for a dominate early on with a interactive Red in the Ledger effect. So that's a lovely old job. But they're still deciding what they want to do to block this 4 go again attack coming in with my Azalea deck. Obviously putting on the pressure early on here with the attack that's not going to allow them to draw up. So they still go down to 3 cards here. And now we can dominate that red in the ledger to potentially get some damage through as well as stump their turn. Because they can only block from 2 on board and assumedly 4 from hand. So 2 is still going to leak through on the dominate. Okay, they are going to be ward. Alright, okay, fair enough. So yeah, we will then activate Azalea, not put an aim counter on it, read the glide path, put the Ravenous Rabble to the bottom, and then fire the Red in the Ledger for 8 dominate on the end of that, which is quite nice, let's be honest. It's pretty nice. We could have also used the Braces of Belief there because we knew that there was a red on top from the read the glide path, but probably not worth using just now with the Spectral Shield there as well. So they are going to be able to soak up, if they block with equipment, they are going to be able to soak up 3 on board and then potentially 4 from hand. But what is it they're looking to do now here? What have they got for us? 2 cards in hand. Obviously, Oasis Respite does not count as defending a card from hand, so you can always do Oasis and something else from hand. But they're just going to take it, and then we're going to pass. We're going to put this Command and Conquer into our arsenal, and then see what they've got to respond with. It's a Miraging Metamorph for 7. Okay, so that's going to put us on. That's going to put us on life parity to a certain degree, so I guess we're just happy to take that. They do have a ponder, but I think we're just happy to take this damage at the moment, and then see what we reveal from the cross wrap on the Command and Conquer that's sat in our arsenal at the moment. They are going to be able to replace their arsenal from the ponder effect, which is nice, and then we can just pass. They can just pass. They put something into their arsenal. Now this could be a good time to use CNC because there is a card in their arsenal, but we'll have a look first. We'll let them know that it is there, and it's a Deadeye on top, which will allow us to, if we put that into our arsenal, we can then play that out, pitching the blue, and then potentially coming in with a Bolt and Shot. That's probably not very good. So I think we just throw. Do we just throw the CNC at this point and then just Arsenal pass? Because they've got a card in their arsenal, they can't really. Let's just put that to the bottom, and then let's just we can premeditate and then throw the CNC, can't we? Because we can do, yeah, that's good. That's all good. Premeditate, and then let's just throw the CNC at them for 9, and on hit get a ponder, which I think is pretty good. And then we can gain some life at the end of our turn. Arsenal the Bolt and Shot, which I think is all right. CNC coming in with no D-Reacts allowed to be played. On hit, destroy their arsenal. On hit, get a ponder. Ponder's probably going to be wasted anyway, but it's still premeditate, allowing you to bump up CNCs from arsenal is pretty good, regardless of what happens here. So yeah, that's defended. That's going to blow up their card from their arsenal, unless they have an Oasis, which could be a thing. Could be a thing that happens if they have Oasis, which can prevent the rest of the damage, but that's still going to be 2 cards from their hand there, or 2 cards out of their 3, because obviously they need to pitch for it. We are going to destroy their arsenal, we are going to gain some life at the end here, and then we're going to add the Red in the Ledger to the arsenal. And that's just going to be a Rake the Embers and pass then. So they're going to get some Ashwings, which are an annoying thing. So we do have to be wary of this Aether Ashwing situation. They are the most annoying things to deal with in Azalea, because obviously you don't really want to be targeting just 1 damage, getting rid of the constant 1 damage. So that's now 3 damage every single turn, which we have to be wary of. It was sort of neglected by the Sigil that we played, but still, it's not great to see. But we do have a Tunic on this turn, which is nice. So let's have a look, see what's on the top. Red in the Ledger, flipping up a yellow Bolt and Shot. We'll leave that on top, I think. And then we will Bracers to give Red and the Ledger +1. We will Lace with Inertia. And then we will activate the Tunic. And then we'll fire the Red and the Ledger. Straight at Dromai for 9. With a combat trick over the top, which is always good. And then obviously the inertia effect, which means obviously they can't keep an arsenal if it hits. So I think it's better off leaving the Rain Razors as a combat trick in hand. I'm not sure what was on top. Was it a Bolt and Shot on top? It was. So we can potentially do Bolt and Shot and then Bolt and Shot after this as well, which I think is pretty good. Okay, so they're not blocking it all. There's 1 coming through. Okay, Rain Razors then. Let's go. Let's bring that back up to 1. And they can take the damage. They can take that. We're going to... it didn't have Go Again. I should have given it Go Again, right? There we go. Give it Go Again first. And then Rain Razors. There we go. Pitch this Bolt and Shot, load in this Bolt and Shot, and then fire this Bolt and Shot at Dromai for 6. And then we got another Bolt and Shot coming in for 5 after that as well. Which is pretty nasty. Yeah, I was assuming I could then load Death Dealer with after the Red and the Ledger, but obviously you need Snappies to achieve that line, so I just had to undo there and go back, because that's what I was thinking. Big turn here with lots of Bolt and Shots going off. They took quite a lot of damage that turn. So 20 will play 33 now, and it's just going to be an Invoke Asvalai. And pass back, because that's their only action for the turn. So they've still got 4 cards in hand. We just need to pressure them enough now to be able to do some stuff here. So we need to pitch one of the Lace of Blood Rots, unfortunately. Put in the Bolt and Shot and draw. And then we got Lace with Blood Rot. And then we can just see how they block this. Coming in for 7, Go Again on Dromai. Two cards in hand, Blood Rot on hit, so simulating 9 damage basically. But we just need to keep this pressure up, keep them sort of committing cards from hand to a certain degree. If we get this reload effect off, we probably will just shoot the Remorseless with the Rain Razors. They are going to do that. Okay, that's fine. We'll pass then. We'll just let that happen, and then we're going to pass. We're going to put the Rain Razors in our arsenal. Oh, we got some poppers this turn. That's pretty good. We got some poppers, baby. We got an Invoke Yendurai, and then we've got some stuff coming in now. The Asvalai. We're not going to take the thing. We're not going to take that. We'll just pop it. See you later. Phantasm blows up. Asvalai's dead. Then let's have a look. See what we got. Rain Razors revealing a Codex on top. That's pretty good. Is it good? I think it is, because we can get Bolt and Shots back, right, and threaten the Death Dealer activation on the second one. So I guess we leave that on top. We need to use Knock for its reload effect. That's the issue, though. We are going to draw it and have resources floating. So I guess we play this off here. We need a reload effect here. Really. So we're going to draw the Codex, but it's not going to have Go Again unless we do Knock, which is the issue. Oh, damn, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. Let's just knock Death Whistle. Let's just go and get us Red in the Ledger, I think. Reload the Remorseless in, activate Azalea, give it Dominate, and then just fire it. It's a bit unfortunate. 7 Dominate is not where we want to be, but still, it's going to slow them down enough that we can try and get back into this with a Tunic next turn. The Codex on top, at least we know it's coming, but there wasn't really any way to access that without playing the Rain Razors out, or switching the Rain Razors. Maybe, yeah, because if we fetched the Bolt and Shock from our arsenal, we had no buffs to then give it go again, which was the issue that we had there with that hand. But still, they're just going to come in with a sweeping blow, and that's the only thing they're going to be able to do, because they've got one action next turn, and that's that. And now we're going to be able to do some stuff here with the Tunic trigger, hoping that there's going to be some sort of buff, because if there's not, we can't do go-agains, which is the issue. And they've also got an Arsenal card now as well, which is also a bit of an issue here. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So let's activate Death Dealer. Let's put in the Bolt and Shot. Worst case scenario, we can go and fetch another dominated thing with not the Death Whistle. They might have a D-React now in their arsenal to be able to block with two things. But let's just hope we draw a buff. We did not. We drew the Codex. But what can we do now? Can we activate Azalea blindly, do you think? We still got a reload available with Codex, so I guess we can do that. There's no D-Reacts in the list, is there? No. So we can just take a chance here. We're looking for a buff, really. We're looking for a buff. That's what we're looking for here. We'll see how this goes. Yes, there we go. Seek and Destroy is exactly what I needed. Then we're going to... so if we get... Seek and Destroy, we can go... If we do Codex, we can get a Bolt and Shot off, threatening a reload, plus a Ponder. Yeah, let's just do that. Use the Codex while they've got nothing in there, or while they've got their arsenal filled, I should say. And we're going to go for the Bolt and Shot, I think, and then just threaten the. Oh, we could get CNC just to blow up their arsenal, but I don't know. Maybe we just go for the Bolt and Shot. Bolt and Shot is too easily telegraphed, though, isn't it? It's just like, block me. You must block me. But I guess that's a good thing. We'll discard the sigil, I think, and then we'll just fire. We'll activate the cross wrap first. See what's on top. So Rabble. Okay, that can stay on top, I think. And then we're going to fire this Bolt and Shot at Dromai. So coming in for 7, go again if it hits reload, which will allow us to then fire the Remorseless at them as well, with the Ponder being on the stack there to replace our arsenal at the end of this turn. But just trying to demand more cards from them. They still only have 6 power, 6 damage per turn on their side of the field, which I think is enough. I think it's okay to take a few more swings from that, but we'll see what happens here with the defense. Probably a D-React from a hand and arsenal, perhaps. Yeah, there's a D-React from hand and a D-React from hand. So 2 D-Reacts from hand, unfortunately. We can actually go and search for something else after this, though, because of the fact we have not the Death Whistle. We can actually go and get a 0-cost Searing Shot, which I don't think we have played yet. So I think we will just go and get that now, just to try and force and leak some extra damage. We are going to go and get this, reload this. No, okay, no, we've already activated Azalea this turn, so we can't do that. But hey-ho. We made a mistake there, but that's fine. Completely forgot we already had Azalea's ability. But yeah, this is getting dangerous now. We got Kyloria, we got Chromai, so we do actually need to try and start swinging at these dragons now, I think, because they're just going to be able to now block with their entire hand and then play a card and then swing with the whole team, block with their entire hand, swing with the whole team. They're going to be able to do that quite a lot now. So this is going to be the issue that we're going to have, unfortunately, is this issue here, where they're just going to have too many dragons for us to really sort of deal with, unless we get poppers. But then the poppers is also alleviated by the Chromai being on field now as well. So even if we draw into that, they're still going to be able to carry on with their turn, which is the horrible situation we're getting into now. Is the Dromai field, which we can't really deal with at this stage, which is a bit of a shame. We might be able to pressure the hand enough on the next turn. We are still sort of life parity at the moment, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last now with that field of dragons that they have, and the Arsenal card that they've just got as well with the on hit of the Kyloria, unfortunately. So yeah, this is a tough spot to be in. We don't have any buffs in our hand either, which is garbage. So we can't turn on the Bolton shots, we can't give anything go again, but we can dig for a Deadeye, which will have to stay on the top. We'll have to bring that out with Azalea and play that, pitching the Bolton shot to do so, and then we can Codex, I think, or should we? We're going to have to discard a card to the Codex, so we can get a Bolton shot back out and then fire it, try and clear the board a little bit. Let's do that, I think. Let's go get a red Bolton shot, discard the Infecting, and then we will fire this with Go Again at Chromai, which will allow us to reload the Searing shot. And then that'll allow us to then fire the Searing shot at Kyloria. So both the key dragons are dead. And then we can replace the Arsenal with the Bolton shot. And we can pop this turn, which I think is pretty good, considering the fact that we've just got rid of that Chromai. And this is coming in for 2 with the Sweeping Sands. I guess we can take this. And then we can pop the next thing, hopefully, if it's not a... there we go, there's a Kyloria coming in now. Luckily we can pop that. And another Chromai coming in. Oh my goodness me! Yeah, this is game over, I think. Yeah, so they're going to gain an action point now. We can at least pop the Chromai to get rid of it, but they're still going to be able to come in with all the other dragons, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to come back into this now. Not sure if we're going to be able to get back into this. They do have. We can dominate a card that only allows them to play 1 action next turn, but that is pretty much it. That's pretty much all we can do. And then, yeah, because they can. If we knock Death Whistle, we can go and get a card which allows us to dominate, but that's only going to give us 1 turn, and they're going to be able to just Arsenal that card next turn, and then just swing back with an army of dragons. So I think we've pretty much lost at this point, but let's just see what's on top here with the Skullbone. See if we can make anything work. As a Ravenous Rabble, maybe we can just chuck that at the Chromai. So let's just activate Azalea here, I think. Chuck that at the Chromai. It's a Sleep Dart. Okay, at least we know we're going to draw that Sleep Dart somehow. We do have Codex still as well, so I guess we could just E-Strike at E-Strike at Dromai, and then we can just Codex the Searing shot that we did earlier. We can fire that Searing shot at Dromai as well, I think. But I think they're in a position where they can just take this 7, or even just block and then just play 1 thing and still threaten that army of dragons. But again, we have cleared the key dragons out, but those key dragons dropped 2 turns in a row. I think it's difficult to really get around that. Obviously, they had Kyloria and Chromai 2 times in a row, and then swung with all the dragons 2 turns in a row. So that was pretty hard to really get back from. So this is a tough one, but it looks like they're going to be taking 4 or de-reacting to cover this up. They're not going to de-react. That's fine. We're then going to Codex, then take away another card from their hand as an attack action. They're playing Sigil. Okay. Why did that skip our turn? Oh, because Enlightened Strike was buff, wasn't it? Buff power instead. Okay, that's fine. So 3 coming in with us at Yenderai, and then just going to be able to swing with the whole team. So we're pretty much dead on this turn, unfortunately. Bit of a shame, but what else can you do? That was a pretty back-breaking turn from Dromai, 2 turns in a row there to establish 2 key dragons back-to-back turns. Nothing we can really do against that, and now they're just swinging with a whole board of dragons, which is just going to whittle our life away to a certain degree where we can't do anything. So yeah, we've essentially lost this game. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame that this was the final game of Talishar before we actually head off to Switzerland. But hey ho, these things happen. We're just going to block with Yeah, so we're pretty much dead. We're pretty much dead here. Go down to 1. Nothing we can really do, unfortunately. Nothing we can really do here. I mean, even if we dig for something that interacts with their hand, where they can't swing their whole team every time, I'm not sure if we're not going to be able to do this still. We still got a Tunic, so we still can come in at Miragai and then threaten a Red in the Ledger from Arsenal, but that's from Graveyard. But that's not going to be enough to. It's not going to be enough to get back into this, I don't think. So let's just swing at Miragai for 5 go again, putting the sleep dart at the bottom. Let's just go with a go again. So that Miragai is cleared. And then we will just play the Codex from Arsenal, get back the Red in the Ledger, discard this, and then fire that Red in the Ledger at them so they can only play 1 action next turn. They're going to get back a attack action of some description into their arsenal. They're getting back a Dust Up, which is fair enough, I guess. They only have to do 1 damage to us now, though, so the value of the Red in the Ledger is still lethal anyway. But coming in for 5 at Dromai, it's not dominated, so I guess they can just take it and then come back with 1 damage. Wow, that's blocking for 5 with Flicker Trick. Interesting. So we aren't dead just yet. You've got a Rabble coming in for 4. We'll block and then pass, and then just. So that's going to do 3 damage to us. We gain 3, so we're still on 1 basically. Yes, we'll still be on 1 after this. But I think we're pretty much dead now, unfortunately. So we're going to take 3, go to 1. And then we've got Yenderai, so we have to cover that up with a 3 block, and then we've got 3 Aether Ashwing, so I think we're pretty much dead at this point. Good game. I'm dead. I am DEAD. DEAD. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. But hey ho, these things happen. That is the last game of Talishar that we're going to be playing until when we get back from Switzerland, I imagine. I think we're going to be playing a lot of Flesh and Blood over the weekend. So it's not really going to be playing Flesh and Blood on these daily videos going forward. It's more just going to be documenting it. So I hope that's okay for everybody. Thank you very much for everybody's tuned in, and we'll see you to do it all over again tomorrow on Go Again Gaming. Cheers.